Okay. Okay, so has anybody heard or watched any of the videos about Facebook lists?
No.
Lists?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So today on our Diamond Zoom that we did, we talked all about lists, and I'm so excited about them because I'm literally talking to a brand new customer I've never spoken to before, or potential, but I've never spoken to until today because I changed all my stuff around to do the list and found her today. So it's already super awesome. So what a Facebook list is like when you add a new friend, it automatically adds people. Like, let's say you live in Clio, it automatically adds everyone who lives in Clio, or it automatically does like the It Works distributors all together, like if they have in their description that they were. Hi.
Hi, what are you guys talking about?
About work.
Go lay down.
Well, you can create your own list. Like some people create lists for their family or whatever. I know, like I used to play Farmville years ago when it came out, and I had like my own little Farmville list that I made. So that way I could click on it and see who was sharing like things you needed for the game or whatever. And it's super easy, but the trick is you have to do it from a desktop. So if you have a laptop or whatever, it has to be done from that. So all you do is you create these lists. So I have 3 lists that I'm doing. I'm doing a list for my It Works distributors. So anyone who's an It Works distributor, not even just on my team, but like sidelines or whatever, doing one for anyone who is an It Works representative at all. And then my current loyal customers and my potentials. And my current loyal customers are also going on my potentials list because they're potential distributors. So they're still a potential. So really what I did first was I went through and put everyone who is in It Works in one group and everyone who isn't in It Works in my potentials group. And how you do it is you go in, you click, you remember how to do this, you go in, you click, is it list? Go in on the side when you log in and click lists. Click list, add or create a new list. So create one that says, team, or create one that says It Works, or whatever you want to name it. And then create one that says potentials or leads or whatever. And you're going to have to go through your whole entire friends list. Once you click that, you create the list, you go in, it says add friends. It'll show you A through Z, every single person that you're friends with. And you have to go through and you have to click on each person individually to add them. So it's very time consuming, and I've heard about this so long ago, but I haven't done it because I have like 3,000 friends, and I didn't want to because it seems crazy overwhelming, and I just thought it was just going to be too much work. But now that I finally did it, it's already making my life so much easier, because what happens is there's a reason that the same people are liking your posts all the time. It's because those are the only people who are seeing your posts. So, and it could be me, it could be other teams.
We got it. Keep going.
Okay. It could be me or sideline people or whatever, because even I noticed that my same sideline sisters are always the ones commenting and liking on my stuff. And Facebook does it that way because it puts you with, it puts posts with people that you interact with the most. Your posts up on other people's feeds. So the same people really are seeing your posts, and there's people who are never ever seeing them. So when you do these lists, you can target people a lot more effectively. So you go through, you create these lists, take the time to put everyone in the correct list, and then instead of logging on to your regular news feed every day like we do and scrolling with, like useless, just scrolling and commenting on my stuff or commenting on, even like Noel's stuff or whatever, it's showing you people who are potentials with you. So you're commenting on those people. Today when I made my list, I saw people who I've never, ever, ever seen before pop up in my newsfeed. I'm like, I don't even know any of these people. And I'm commenting and liking on all their stuff and they're replying to me. So what that means is tomorrow when they log on, their regular newsfeed is going to have me in it now, when maybe it never did before. Because if they weren't in mine, I wasn't in theirs. So, and then we have to, I know that, and I do it too, and I feel like we need to sometimes because I want to make sure you guys know that I'm paying attention to your guys' stuff and that I see it and stuff, but we need to start trying to limit the amount that we're interacting with each other, because the more we interact with each other on Facebook, the more it's just going to put us together and not put either one of us in different markets. So that's why having the separate list just for distributors is important too. Still go in, you can still look at everybody's stuff, you can still get ideas and stuff like that, but you're not like interacting. You can pick and choose what you interact with a little bit more. So I want everyone, they're amazing. And today I logged into my list and I started scrolling, and where I would usually see all of your guys' stuff, I would usually see all of my sideline and my upline and everything. I logged into it, I clicked on my list, and one of the first posts that popped up said, does anybody have anything to suppress appetite because I want to lose weight? Someone made a status of that today. And so I never probably would have seen it. I've never seen this girl's post ever before. And that was up there in my first thing. I clicked on it, I messaged her, and now she wants to do the system. So it's just, I never would have seen it. I would see all of your guys' stuff, which is great because I want to see your stuff. But, you know, and in the same sense, I need to build my business and you guys need to build yours too. You don't need to see all mine either. So I want everybody to do that. When you are scrolling through your newsfeed and stuff too, don't feel guilty that you want to unfollow distributors. So I'm not going to unfollow like Sonia and Erica and my leaders and stuff. You guys don't have to unfollow me, or if you have certain people that you know you don't want to unfollow, then don't unfollow them. But don't feel guilty because you're unfollowing a distributor. That doesn't mean you unfriend them. It just means that their stuff isn't going to show up to you as your business. So, and don't feel like you have to add all the distributors who try to add you just because they're on our team. This is your business and you're doing this to make money. And yeah, we want to have friendships and stuff like that, but you don't have to add everybody that tries to add you. So make the list, and then also the other thing we can do with the list is we can target post. So let's say like today I did this, and I'm going to try it out and see how it goes. I did a post today that is for, I did it just to my list of my potentials, and it says, I'm giving away a free wrap, you know, there's no catch, comment below with skinny wraps to enter. And there's like 6 people that have commented on it that I've never seen comment on anything before. Because none of you guys are seeing it, so it's targeting a more specific group of people. So those people, Facebook has to give my post to some people. Like it has to give it to so many people. So now because all of you are taken out of the equation, now it's posting like for more of them. So people who literally have never commented on anything of mine are commenting skinny wrap on it today. So I know it's already working. So, and you can do that to where, you know, every now and then you still do public posts and stuff like that or whatever, but target, I'm going to start doing 2 to 3 targeted posts a day where I'm only doing it to my potentials list, and then do some other posts that are still for all of my friends to see. So to other distributors and stuff, it's going to look like myself, or go ahead if you need to, like myself, or even like you guys, like you aren't posting as much, but really I'm just posting smarter because you guys won't be able to see all of my posts, but I'm still going to make it so some of them you guys can see for ideas and stuff like that. But it's targeting a whole new market that we've never done before. Another thing I really want you guys to start focusing on is like what you make public versus to all of your friends and then now to these lists. So every single day you want to make public posts, but not any It Works public posts, because what happens is you go to add these new friends and you add all these new friends and they look at your page and all they see is It Works stuff. They're not going to accept you because they don't want to. But if your public posts are like inspirational quotes or pictures of your kids or whatever, and some of you don't want to put, your kids on public or whatever, but, posts like that, like inspirational quotes, funny pictures, funny memes and stuff, then you look like somebody someone wants to follow. And so they accept your post. So make sure that you're doing like a big variety. And that's why these lists are going to be so amazing, because we can literally start making our It Works stuff that just those potentials can see them. So that when new people, come and decide if they want to be our friends, they're not going to see any of that until they already accept you. And most of the time, if someone accepts you, they aren't going to take the time to go back later and then just unfriend you because they start seeing some It Works stuff or whatever. So every time So what's going to happen is you're going to have to take that time to go through and do your whole entire list, because if you don't have at least 50 people in your list, then using them is pointless because no one is seeing them. So you need to take the time to do your list. And then the other part of this being important is keeping up on it, because you should be adding 15 to 20 people every single day. Like that should just be what happens to grow your social media. So every time someone accepts it, every single time, you have to go to them immediately and put them on your list, because that's the only way you're going to keep up with it. Otherwise, you're going to be, in another month, you're going to look and there's going to be all these people who aren't on any lists. So you have to actually make this a part of your social media thing that you do every day, or it's going to be a lot of work for nothing. Because it took me a couple hours to do my whole list. Some of you won't take as long because you don't have, as many friends built up yet. So you have to go on, you have to do it, and then every time someone accepts your friend request, it's so easy. It says, so-and-so accepted your friend request, click them, then their profile comes up. Where it says friends, you click that, and it goes to the drop-down menu and add them to your potentials list immediately. And then they're there, and you don't ever have to worry about it. So start working on that. I'm trying to read all my notes so I remember to tell you guys everything. Okay. Another thing that you can do to utilize your social media more effectively is there's so much junk on our Facebook and even on mine that I'm realizing is just wasting my time. Like, there's so much spam, there's so many like videos or ads or whatever. And one thing I didn't realize you could do is if there's an ad on there, you can click the little right drop down arrow and click, it's like hide all ads from this or unfollow BuzzFeed or whatever. And when you do that, if someone shares something from Walmart.com, or if someone shares something from BuzzFeed or whatever, it's not going to pop up for you. So the reason that that's good is that that's just wasting time that we are scrolling through, that we could be seeing things that are beneficial to us instead of seeing things that just kill our time. And I'm guilty of it too. It's like seeing something funnier like that or whatever and clicking on it, and the next thing I know, it's 10 minutes later and I could have built 10 new relationships, with working my social media. So if social media is how you want to work this business, there's ways that we can all improve actually working it and turning our Facebook into a social media gold mine. So, and then also throughout our whole time of having Facebook and stuff, we've all gone through and liked different music or different pages or just all like stuff like that. And we don't need that on our Facebooks. So I still have to do this part tonight. We go on and unlike all of those pages that we've liked before. Because all that's happening is all the stuff that happens, all the stuff they post, all the stuff that they whatever pops up in our news feed, and then we see less information from potentials that we could be seeing. So go through and unlike all those pages. I'm not saying, like, if there's something you love and there's something, you don't have to just be a robot on social media. If there's something that you actually love seeing or doing or whatever, then it's all up to you. You don't have to literally clear everything out. But there's so many things that I've liked over the years, like Grey's Anatomy. I don't need to see posts about Grey's Anatomy anymore. I just don't. So I'm going to go on, I'm going to unlike it, and now it's going to be gone. That's one less thing I have to scroll through every day. So do that. Also, if you're not already following some of our top leaders in this company, you need to. Because I get lots of questions about like how I know things or how I saw that we were going to have a new product or whatever. And you guys have the same capabilities of knowing all the information that I have. You just aren't following the right people. So when someone on Facebook has so many friends, Jackson.
No.
Sorry, when people on Facebook have so many friends, they can't add any more friends, which you don't need to add them anyway. What you do is you go to their page and you just click follow, and you follow them. And oh my gosh, my cousin's called me 3 times. You follow them. So Mark Pentecost is the CEO of our company. So follow Mark Pentecost if you're not already following him. Follow Pam Souter. Follow Joel and Stephanie Dunn. They're our Black Diamonds. That's whose team we are all on, and they're the top incomers in the company. Follow them. Follow Erica Granada. If you're not already friends with her, she's our presidential diamond. She's our team leader. And either add or follow Sonia, which I feel like most of you already have. So, and I know that you're all friends with me already, but you're going to get great ideas from them and information that you need from all of them too. So if you're not already following them, make sure you follow them. Besides that, you don't need to be following really anyone else. You gotta make that stop. Unless you want to. It's all up to you, but I don't want us to clog up our Facebook snaps with each other. We all know that we're here for each other. We all know we can go to each other's Facebooks if we want to, and we can still give each other love on stuff and whatever. I'm still going to give you guys some love on stuff and, stay connected, but we need to use our Facebooks more efficiently, and we all know we're here for each other. So we need to start building relationships with new people. So those of you who have new distributors on your team, who are your personally enrolled distributors and stuff, you can keep them followed and stuff, because you want to make sure that your new distributors are posting compliant and posting right, and be able to help them and stuff like that. So when you're enrolling new distributors, definitely keep them followed. The top leaders suggest only following your distributors for 60 days. So after you have followed someone for 60 days when you've enrolled, then you can unfollow them and trust that they have learned what they need to learn from you, and let them fly on their own. You're not their boss. I'm not your boss. We don't have to micromanage each other, so unfollow them and don't feel guilty about unfollowing them. They're still going to be in that list for your distributor, so you can still go to that and you can still see everybody that way if you need to, because you need to let them, go do their own thing too. One thing I'm going to start doing too is every top leader and every top thing that I've seen, they always start their day with a positive quote, and I try to do it, but I don't do it enough. So I'm going to start setting an alarm to where every single day when that alarm goes off, I'm going to know that that's the time in the morning where I'm going to post a public quote that has nothing to do with the business that's inspirational, because so many people who love seeing that on Facebook, and the kind of people who love seeing those quotes on Facebook are the kinds of people you want on your team, because they're the kinds of people who are looking for positivity and stuff, and who are attracted to positivity, and you want people who are attracted to positivity. You don't want the people on your team that are always negative and always horrible and always miserable. So that's something I'm going to start doing. And then having that on your post publicly every single day is just going to be more enticing for a new person who you try to add to click yes when you add them on your thing, because they're just going to see that you're a positive, good person or whatever. Another thing someone else said today is, if you don't have 1,000 friends on Facebook right now, then that needs to be one of your other main focuses, because your social media isn't effective until you have 1,000 friends, because you need more people to be able to reach more people, and the more people you have, the better the odds are that you're going to finally come across that runner or that rock star. So if you don't have 1,000 people, and that needs to be another one of your top priorities right now, is growing your social media. So if normally you would only add like 10 people and you would think that was good, then you need to double that or triple that and start adding more people, and make sure you're adding them to the right list at the same time. So that way you're not going to have to spend hours later on to go back and clean it up. You're already going to have it done. And then you can, some of you I know like to be organized, some of you aren't. I try to be organized. I'm definitely not perfect at it, but set a routine for yourself when it comes to social media, and especially with adding friends, because we have to get organized to do these lists and to have them be effective. So let's say you decide that this is how I'm going to do it personally. At night is going to be when I add people. So I'm not just going to go all day, whatever, just randomly adding people anymore. I'm going to focus adding people at night. That way when I wake up in the morning, I have new friend requests or new friends accepted messages. So that way I can click on those and add them all to the list. So that way for me, it's going to be a little more organized, because by the time I wake up, a lot of the people who I added will have accepted it, and I can make it a priority to add them to their list that they're supposed to be on right away, and do it that way. So that way it's more organized and it doesn't feel overwhelming. But the top reason for doing your list is it's definitely going to be good for posting and stuff like that, but it's mostly for interacting, because I've had a lot of people ask me, how do you get distributors? How you get distributors is by being a person who people want to be around, and showing the world that you're a person people want to be around, and showing people things about your life that are exciting and enticing to people. But it's also being a friend to somebody, and truly, I know I say build a relationship all the time, but that is how I stay connected with not just new people, but my team also. So you have to use the list to go in, and when you go in the list, don't just scroll through and see what people are doing anymore. Scroll through and comment on everything, just make yourself so involved in everybody else's lives, because people like that. People enjoy that. People post on Facebook to get attention and get recognition. That's why they do it. So they want people to comment and stuff like that. So don't feel weird about doing it. Something else that they talked about too, which is something that I've always done, which I'm going to stop doing so much, is even sharing recipes and sharing memes and sharing all that stuff. When you share it, it doesn't look as clean. Your Facebook doesn't look as clean. And they've done a lot of different studies and things on, things being pleasing to the eye and stuff like that. And when you share something, it just doesn't look the same as the rest of your Facebook. So that ends up standing out. So that's what people see. And you're just giving that link exposure. So if you see, I know that I do a lot of recipes or a lot of, even like remember the 90s things or whatever. And when I do them, I would always share them. But I'm just going to start screenshotting the recipe or saving the pictures or whatever and just posting them directly like that. And I'm not saying you can't ever do it. If you find something you really love or whatever and you really want to share it, then I mean, by all means, go ahead. But just try to limit the amount of things you're actually sharing because they're finding that it doesn't go over as well. And then never, ever, ever share someone else's wrap, another distributor's anything. Don't share mine. Don't share anyone's. You can share my story. You can share Sonia's story. You can, do all those things. You can use other people's posts, but do not share it because what happens when you share something is if you share my post of my Facebook saying that, this is McCall Doherty, she just earned $24,000 in bonuses, blah, blah, blah. Your people are going to come to me. They're not going to come to you because why would strangers that you're trying to get come to someone else? If I'm sharing Sonia's story saying that she's now a presidential diamond and she just earned all these bonuses, why would someone want to come to my team when I'm a diamond and she's a presidential and, go directly to her? Even with, like if I post a before and after and you just share it, they're going to, when they click on the picture, they go to my profile. They don't go to your profile. So don't ever share someone else's thing. And it doesn't look as good. It looks unintentional and like it's not thoughtful. So don't ever share things. And then even the smallest thing, if someone comments, and I know I've said this to a lot of you before, if someone comments on your post, even if it's the smallest little question that you could answer in 1 second, if they say, how much are the fat fighters? I mean, or if they say, is there caffeine in the greens? You could answer it simple right under there, but don't ever do that. Say, I will message you. Because if you answer the question, you are missing out on anyone else who might have had that same question. You're missing out on a conversation with them as well. So you're losing potentials because they go there, they have the same question, they see the answer and they're done. They never talk to you about it. You never hear from them. So even when it comes to a question about being a distributor or a customer or whatever, just never ever respond to, always say, I will private message you. I'll message you. I'm messaging you. However you want to say it, acknowledge that you read the comment or a heart or whatever. Acknowledge that you read it, but then directly message that person. And then something else that we talked about today is, let's say a few months ago, I know some of you have been in for a while too, so you might have posts from a few months ago or even a couple weeks ago that were really successful and they were really successful. Go back to your own post and respond to someone on it, or go back to your own post or like it again, or go to your husband or fiance or mom or whoever's Facebook and have them go on that picture or that post and comment and like it again, because what's going to happen is it's going to pop right back up into the top of everyone's newsfeed, just like you made it just yesterday. So really, really popular things that you found had a lot of success. Don't be scared to just post another thing that's similar to something you've already done. And number two, just go on and comment or like it and it pops it right back up. So it's like boosting or bumping up your post again. And one thing that I think a lot of us don't do, and I don't mean even just like you guys specifically, but even like me and some of my sideline stuff, is we need to start recognizing each other more. So what I mean is, if you do, you're scrolling through your distributors list and checking out through the day, what's happened with distributors, or you see it on like the Rockstar page or whatever, that someone promoted or someone did something really awesome or, someone earned a bonus or whatever, don't be afraid to take that person's picture and their name and their story and post about how they just got a bonus or how they just promoted to executive or Ruby or whatever. Because for one, the strangers that you don't know that you're, growing your social media with, they don't know that that person's not on your team directly underneath you, because that person is on your team. They're on your sideline. They're part of our team, or they're your upline or whatever. So to brand new people who don't know you, they don't know that all of those people aren't your people. And it's just showing people that this business is something that's working for other people, and that it's, it's a successful thing. Don't tag them in it necessarily, but don't be afraid to tag me if it's not me or something, or tag, Kristen can tag Morgan or, whatever. But just start sharing more of people's stories and showing more people that this is working for more people, even little small wins. If you see Morgan Hallmark post that she just went to the gas station and filled up her tank, or, that Kristen went and filled her whole fridge with groceries with her check or whatever, don't be afraid to tell that story and say, my friend Kristen, who's on my team, just filled up her fridge with groceries today with her It Works check. And people say this doesn't work, or, something like that. Start sharing other people's stories, because maybe you don't have your own yet. Or maybe you feel like you're wearing yours out or whatever. Start sharing each other and recognizing each other a lot more. And then also the only other thing I'll really talk about right now, we'll save some more stuff for a different day, is where'd it go? Okay, so I know that a lot of leaders and stuff tell us about going to swap sites or yard sale sites or whatever, and obviously we can't post on yard sale sites and stuff, but recruiting people from there, so like going on and looking at who's members and adding them and stuff like that. You can turn notifications off on those. So I know that I'm on some like garage sale or like swap sites or whatever, and their notifications would drive me insane because people are posting all of the time on there. You can turn the notifications off. So you can still be on the group if you want to be on the group, but turn it off so it's not another thing clogging up your notifications, because the more things that clog up or that show up that we don't need is just less time away from actually interacting with each other and stuff. So do that. And then this is the actual last thing. And then if you're a distributor for It Works, you don't have to have your picture as saying you're an It Works distributor. You don't have to have an It Works shirt in your profile picture. Your cover photo doesn't have to say that you're a distributor. Nothing of mine, if you go to my Facebook and you're not my friend, unless you dig through my pictures and maybe find something I've tagged in or whatever, you don't know that I'm with It Works. You won't see my profile picture be me in an It Works shirt. I specifically avoid that. And my cover photo is usually of my family, or maybe of like some cool inspirational quote or something. But don't make it so when someone clicks your Facebook, that they see black and green, because people are looking for that now. People are automatically turned off to the idea at first when they think about it, and they don't like those kind of people because those are spammy people. So make you look like a normal person. Have a regular, nice profile picture of yourself with your face, you and your husband, just yourself, you and your kid, whatever. But something that when someone looks at you, they know that that is what you look like, and you have a family, or you have your favorite quote on there or whatever. So, and I don't even have that It Works is where I work anymore on there. I've even taken that off because it just makes not as many people accept your friend requests. So besides that, we'll talk more about like growing your network and stuff on our next Zoom. I want to do another one about how to grow and how to have, get more friends and stuff like that. But besides that, when it comes down to like lists and stuff, does anyone have any questions? I know I just like talked for like 40 minutes without shutting up, so.
When you made your list, did your friends like all pop up? Because I jumped on my laptop, and you're talking about like the groups, right? Like a group, like creating a new group. I didn't see anywhere where it said list, but I saw where it said create a new group.
Let me
But
log
then
on
I
to
have to on mine, I have to type everybody's name in.
Let me find exactly where it is. So, okay, so if you're on, I can't see any of you right now, but if you're on your Facebook, you click like on the left, not where it says groups. That's not where it is. It's where it just says friends. So you click more. My top one is close friends. Like when I go to my home, it says friends, and then right under it says close friends.
Yep.
But if you click more, then
I see it.
it takes you to this whole big thing, and then you click create list, you make it, and then you can add people to it from there.
Got it. Thank you.
Does anyone else have any questions?
Do people actually, like, do they know that they're being put in a list?
No.
Do they get a notification on it or anything?
No, when you put someone in a group, they know. When you put
Okay.
someone in a list, they do not know.
Okay. That was my question.
Yep.
Thank you.
When you were talking about sharing, I missed the first part of it. So you share not business related things.
Don't share like anything.
I know share. I meant when you post so you want people to look at your page and decide if they're going to be your friend and only be able to see the public things.
Yeah.
And then so how do you do it the other way? You just show to friends?
Yeah, like when you go to make a post, it says, like, you go to type in your post, and this is the same way even on the phone and on the desktop. So you click the little list. Okay, I don't know how to do it on here. Oh, that's because I'm here. Okay. When you're on your phone or your computer, every time you make a post, there's this little thing that you can click who should see this. So you can make it so it's public. That means everybody in the whole world can see it. You can make it so it's just your friend, so someone who isn't your friend can't see it, but anyone who is your friend can see it. Or you can click on one of the lists, and like if I click potentials, then only the people who are my potentials can see it.
Okay.
So like if I were to do a post that was like not business related, but maybe almost business related, so it's like I'm really subliminally putting it in there. Like if I'm talking about how me and Jax are home for the day and blah, 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 or whatever, and then like I hashtag work from home or something, I might even make that one public because I'm not saying it works, I'm not saying whatever, but it's still something that if someone saw it, it looks like me and my son are in my backyard just playing. So like stuff like that.
How do you decide if you are going to make it to just friends or like the new list of potentials?
And that's what we all just really need to play around with a little bit and like figure out, because I think I'm just going to do both. I'm going to do some posts during the day that are, I might do one or two that are to my whole entire list, because the only difference is if I do it to my potentials, then my distributors aren't seeing it. Everyone else in my whole entire thing is seeing it because everyone is either a distributor or you're a potential. So I might do a couple that my distributors can see just so they can like and comment and get ideas, but most of my posts are just going to be for my potentials because I'm not trying to get my distributors to join my team or to buy a product from me.
But we like to use each other's stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
So
that's the problem.
You can still see it if you go to your, like if I clicked on your page, like I can't think of any good ideas, I'm going to steal something from McCall today. It
yeah.
wouldn't show up.
No.
Oh.
That's why I'm going to try. And I know that Sonia is doing this also. So she's going to start doing this. And we're all trying to come together and figure out a good way to still share posts with you guys in a way that you guys are still getting a lot of ideas and stuff. So I think what we might start doing is posting some of our ideas in the team pages and stuff. or I know that all of you are in the New Vita Ruby chat. So if I find something that is working well still that maybe I did only due to my potentials, I'm going to share in the New Vita Ruby chat and stuff like that still, so that you guys still get stuff that I'm doing that's good. And I'm also still going to make some of my posts public, well, not public, but so all of my friends can see them too, because I want you guys to still have ideas and get, and I get ideas from people too. So, and not everybody is doing it that way. Some people are just using those lists as a way to build relationships, period. They're not posting to certain things and stuff. So, I mean, we're all just playing with it at this point and trying to figure out the best way to do it and still lead by example and share ideas. But I know that it's already working. So we just have to play with it and figure out how it's going to work best.
Okay.
So does anybody else have anything? Okay. Well, whoops, what did I just do? Okay. Still learning this whole Zoom thing. Okay, so I'm gonna do another Zoom in a few days on growing your network and some other really cool like Facebook adding tips that I learned today too. So we'll do that, and then still try to find events. I know we talked about that too. Summer's coming up, so we need to start booking some of these events and stuff. So, and I mean, as always, just remember too, while we're on here, you only have 5 more days to run your ADVV auto ship. So if that's something you wanted to do to be commission qualified, remember that you only have 5 more days. I meant to say that at the beginning, but 5 more days to get your auto ship done. So there's that too. But besides that, it's the end of the month, so let's start pushing. You guys know I'm here for you as always for questions or just event or whatever. So besides that, we'll just keep in contact. I don't know what day. What's today? Wednesday? Does anyone have a preference on when we do the Growing Your Network Zoom in the next few days?
No.
Okay. Have nights been working, for everybody typically when we do them like a little later in the evening as opposed to like daytime and stuff?
Yeah.
Right.
Besides the yawning.
Besides the yawning. Okay, so all right, I'll do, I don't know, I'll think about it and I'll message you guys and see what day is going to work best, and we'll do that Growing Your Network soon. I want to do it soon because there's a lot of good info in that too. Besides that, I think I have this recorded. I've never recorded one before, so we'll see how this works. But if it is, then I'll post it in the group thing too. So that way, if you guys have people and team members and stuff that haven't didn't get to watch, then you can still send it to them. So besides that, I guess everybody have a good night. No more questions? Okay.
No.
All right.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Now I gotta remember how to leave. Okay.